At the end, we'll give you a way to get a hold of anybody that you want to. If you hear a market that sounds interesting, the folks that we're going to talk to today are definitely in that market. Speaking of which, we're going to introduce you to one of our favorite ladies right now. She hails from beautiful southern Florida. Deborah Boza Valador is in the South Florida market and knows a ton about what's going on in that neck of the woods. How are you, Deborah?
We are doing fabulous here in South Florida. Thank you.
Yeah, what a neat market that is. Now, today we're talking about some markets that are distressed and some are not. Where would you rate the South Florida market? What's going on?
Well, if I were to sum it up, I would say the South Florida market is hot, 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 and that's not the temperature.
All right.
It is the real estate business. When we were down, we were really down, and we have seen a turnaround in this marketplace. And in third quarter, we just released our third quarter sales. We are up 51% over last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And last year was a pretty good year. I mean, I think if I remember right, the bottom in your market was back in mid-2008.
That's exactly right. August 2008. You've got great memory.
Well, it's interesting to watch because that was, of course, the Florida market, one of the markets that went up really, really high, as did some other notable markets across the U.S.
It came down really, really hard.
And those are some tough, interesting times. But I think maybe like very few markets, South Florida has rebounded. And why is that, Deborah? Why have you seen such an increase in the last year or two in what's happening down there?
Well, if I could pinpoint one thing that we really feel has made the biggest difference in our marketplace, it's the international buyers. They continue to be, and especially in the last 18 to 24 months, they are our strongest buyers. And they are cash buyers, which is wonderful for our marketplace. You know, we've seen an influx, especially from Brazil. In 2010, Brazil probably represented about 8% of our international business here in South Florida. And through October, they had zoomed to 15% of our total international business.
Wow.
And in our market, we attribute probably 60% of our total residential sales to foreign buyers.
And that's interesting because it's a cosmopolitan market for sure with an international flair. But to see that many people coming in from other areas, does it have anything to do with what's happening in their currencies? Is it strong because of that, or is it just desirable when it's on sale?
It's twofold. Obviously, with the weak dollar and strong Latin American currencies against the U.S. dollar, that is obviously a huge draw because their money goes so much further now. Our prices to them are sale prices and define waterfront. And then the second component is, it's South Florida. Take a look at the weather around the country. It's 23 degrees in Chicago. It's 79 degrees in Miami.
It's not hard to convince someone to come visit.
Exactly. And, it's a cosmopolitan area. It doesn't matter what language you speak. The people here speak that language. I mean, it really is an international city. And to be able to come here and buy property and feel very comfortable from the moment that you step off the airplane at our international airport is a huge draw. It really is.
Now, another thing you have going for in your market is you have one of the strongest realtor associations in the country. The Miami Association of Realtors is not only large, but very well connected. I know you're very much a part of that, but I'm sure that has the ability for you guys to communicate, get information out, and kind of band together in a way that maybe some other markets don't have.
It obviously makes a big difference. We have partnerships with 80 real estate associations around the world. We attend real estate expos and trade shows. We're not there pitching individual properties. We're there talking about our marketplace. We're putting our members' listings and properties all in front of buyers in other countries, in front of real estate professionals in other countries who are already predisposed to come here. We've made those connections. Those are the strongest connections. It's, property to property, agent to agent. We recently had our International Congress, and you guys came and joined us a year ago, and we just had our 17th annual at the Biltmore Hotel, and we had representatives from Russia and Brazil and France and Spain And these are the movers and shakers in those marketplaces, and they are representing buyers that want to purchase here in South Florida. So that connection really has helped us. It's all about the marketplace.
You bet. Now, hey, one more thing before I let you go. Just to give the listeners an idea, a lot of people think of Miami, they think it's all high-rises there. You have a much wider variety of product type than that. But give us an idea of kind of the typical product that might sell and what it would sell for in your market.
Well, as you say, most people think of us as a vertical market. And along our waterfront, that is the predominant property, condominiums. The median sales price for condominiums, believe it or not, right now is $117,800.
It's on sale still.
There you go. We have a lot of single-family homes as you get away from the downtown corridor and you come into areas like Coral Gables, Pinecrest, very solid areas. The average sales price rose recently to $275,600.
Okay.
So, it's a very varied market. We find that the number one property demand for foreign nationals is a condo.
Okay.
Obviously, they can lock it, leave, and come back. But the residents, the domestics here, they want the single-family property also. So we have something for everybody. And
get your crystal ball out for just a minute. What does it look like the New Year's going to hold for South Florida? Still strong? What do you see on the horizon?
Still very strong, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase Dr. Lawrence Yun, NAR's chief economist. He made a very bold prediction for 2012, and he says we will continue to see double-digit price increases in Miami throughout 2012.
Wow.
And he's saying it's going to be very much in demand and remain the number one destination for foreign buyers in 2012.
Well, great information, Deborah. As always, we appreciate you, and thanks for contributing today on The Real Estate Guy.